All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're going to make whipped coffee and dalgona coffee. I've seen recipes for both of these and they look different on camera. I haven't made them myself, so today we're going to find out what they really look like, if temperature makes a difference, if the style of sugar makes a difference. It's really only 3 ingredients, very easy. We've got instant coffee, sugar, and then water is the final ingredient. I have boiling hot water here, and I also have ice water. One recipe says that the water has to be as cold, as close to freezing as possible. The other recipe says that it has to be piping hot right out of the kettle. So we're gonna see what a difference that makes today. So we're gonna start first with the cold whip. So starting with ice water, instant coffee, and granulated sugar. Now this calls for 1/3 of a cup of instant coffee crystals. So I have seen YouTube videos where they have tried it with regular coffee, and she had to boil it down to a sludge and add the sugar in while it was boiling, and it took a lot to get that to work. Instant coffee crystals, it seems to be instant success. So we're gonna put in our 1/3 of a cup, and then 1 cup of sugar. So that would be 3 of these. And now, finally, 160 milliliters of ice water. Well, what is that? That's 2/3 of a cup. Okay. There is a slight difference between volume, dry volume and wet volume. But I don't think it's going to make a huge bit of difference here. I'm gonna mix this together a little bit just to kind of dissolve the water a bit. Everything seemed to come together as I really want to get that sugar dissolved, because in some of the videos that I watched, they talked about the graininess of the sugar. And I'll have links down below for all of those things, all the different things. All right, let's see how this does when we start to whip. As kind of a quarantine challenge, I've noticed that a lot of the dalgona coffee videos, folks are really excited to try to whip it up by hand, and I am not that adventurous. I'm gonna scrape down the sides. Look at that.
Look at that.
We are at the ribbon stage, and this is kind of amazing, kind of astounding, kind of like magic. I'm tempted to taste it right now, but I don't want to taste it right now. I want to taste it when it's right and ready. Okay, all right. I'm gonna taste it. Look. Wow. Okay. Thank you. I feel the crunch of the sugar, but it's not that noticeable. And it is very coffee flavored. Let's see, where are we at? Soft peaks. We're at soft peaks right now. Okay. Mixer's broken. But that's okay. Because guess what? Let's see if I can. Alright, I'm gonna. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. That was really hot. Scrape down the sides again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can you see how beautiful that is? Okay. The way that Emmy got it to stiff peaks where it wasn't runny at all. This has still got a little bit of flowy viscosity to it. So I'm going to see if I can whip it for just a couple more minutes and see where we can get this to. But look how beautiful and glossy that is. Ooh. Okay. I think, I don't want to push it any further, especially since we've already had a glitch with one hand mixer. Maybe, because she did do it in a stand mixer, and that has a much more powerful engine. But this is what we're looking at, folks. Look at this. This was just coffee and sugar and water. And here's the thing. It's not the sugar, because I thought, well, is it the sugar that makes it do this? It's not, because you could get the same luscious whip just with the coffee and the water, with no sweetener, no sweetener. Can we fill up a little cup with it? You could just eat this with a spoon. All right, come here, Jason. I'm giving this to Jason to taste. What are your thoughts?
Very creamy, very fluffy, very rich.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
I need water after that.
Yeah. So, I can see where this would be really good on top of anything really, you know, a flip-flop, whatever.